Welcome back to the Holistic Selling Podcast. On the last episode, we discussed the importance of your purpose to inspire your employees, customers, and prospects to engage with your brand. Today, we will talk about your core values. Your values are the principles that define how you choose to operate. While your purpose is your true north, your values will guide you to make the right decision at every step of the journey to reach that true north. Your purpose is your destination, and your values are the guardrails that will ensure you arrive at your destination. I considered several values before carefully selecting the ones I decided to include in the holistic selling framework. Here are the 6 that I believe are critical to drive your business success in no specific order: accountability, integrity, empathy, humility, respect, and value creation. We live in a world where moral values are under attack every day. So I think it's worth a few minutes to remind ourselves of what they mean and why they are critical to ensure your long-term success. Accountability is about accepting the consequences for your actions and decisions, regardless of the outcome. Practicing accountability means you own that outcome, not just the activity. You don't blame tools, teams, or circumstances. You don't use excuses when the outcome is negative. Accountability creates a healthier culture and better morale, higher trust and credibility, and improved performance and ownership. Integrity means doing the right thing, keeping your word, and being honest, even when it's inconvenient to do so. People with integrity tell the truth and avoid deception, keep their word and take responsibility for their actions, and act in line with their values in every situation, not just when it is convenient to do so. Integrity increases trust, builds a stronger culture, improves performance, and strengthens your brand reputation. Empathy means seeing the situation through someone else's eyes and responding in a way that shows you understand and care. Empathy means listening actively with the intent of understanding the other person's perspective. It develops emotional awareness. It allows you to listen before prescribing solutions, gaining a deeper understanding of the customer situation and designing solutions around real customer outcomes. It is therefore essential to improve sales effectiveness. Humility is the discipline of recognizing your limits, valuing others' perspectives, and staying open to learning regardless of role, title, or success. Humility means being self-aware of your strengths and blind spots, being open to feedback, valuing diverse viewpoints, being willing to adapt and improve, and most importantly, not letting your ego control your actions. Humility leads to a healthier and more sustainable culture, improved customer outcomes, and higher trust. Remember that humility is a sign of strength, not weakness. It reflects a growth mindset, allowing you to learn, accept feedback, and lift others up rather than seeking validation through ego and arrogance. Respect is treating everyone with dignity. It is the practice of consistently valuing people's time, perspectives, contributions, regardless of role, title, or background, through both behavior and decision-making. Respect will create a higher degree of collaboration, trust, engagement, and productivity by creating an environment that fosters an open and constructive dialogue that helps improve employee and customer retention. It is a critical part of how a company needs to operate. And finally, value creation. Value creation is about always looking to create superior value for others. Value creation means focusing on customer-centric outcomes. That applies, by the way, to not only external customers, but also internal customers. A value creation mindset creates stronger customer loyalty, a higher employee engagement, and a culture of joint problem-solving and collaboration. When value creation becomes a core value and not just a strategy, it fundamentally changes how a company operates. Imagine a world where your leaders and your team members practice these values every day: accountability, integrity, empathy, humility, respect, and value creation. It will develop a culture that will foster trust and transparency and will create an environment where your customers and prospects feel great engaging with your brand, which will build your competitive advantage. Wouldn't you want to work for that company? In contrast, imagine a world where your leaders do not take responsibility for their actions, blame everyone else for their failures, have no integrity, behave with arrogance, show no empathy for others, let their egos obscure their judgment, behave disrespectfully, and always look to win at the expense of everyone else. Is that a company you would want to work for? Is that an environment you would want to live in? I think the answer is obvious. A company with strong moral values will have a solid foundation to be successful long-term. Any organization with poor moral values will collapse over time under its own weight of deception, delusion, dishonesty, and disrespect. So to close this episode, remember that strong core values are the guardrails that will allow you to win the hearts and minds of your customers and prospects, and will build a positive perception of your brand and reputation in the marketplace. They are an essential component of your success. Finally, the core values will fade over time if your leadership team does not live by them every step of the way. Your leadership team has a very important responsibility to see to it that these values become the norms by which the company operates every single day, no matter what the circumstances are. This is how your culture will flourish. This is the foundation upon which you will build a successful company. This concludes the episode for today. Feel free to share your thoughts on it. The next few episodes will feature special guests, and I'm sure you will learn valuable insights from their experience, so please keep tuning in. Until then, remember that your values define your brand and reputation in both your professional and personal life. Thank you.